Hey guys, I recently got access to Inasa on the PC version of One's Justice. This is thanks to the help to some of the people in the modding community, more specifically Mizumi. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description for helping me out with this video.
Alright, so let's start off by taking a look at his auto combo, which looks something like this. This is very easy to dash cancel out of. You're going to be able to follow that up with a combo pretty much every time. I don't see anyone ever dropping that. It's really simple. Let's have a look at his armor move. So it's a 2-hitting move, which is nice, and it really easily wall splats, as you just saw. We were like nowhere near that, and it hit. So that's beautiful. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it hit from here. It's pretty close. The only downside I see to this is that the second hit is not armored. So you need to make sure you hit that first hit, or else you're almost always getting whiff punished, because it's a very slow move. Look at the amount of time in between the first hit and the second hit. 1, 2. So there's a good amount of time between that. You're pretty much always going to get hit if you don't use that first hit of armor to in fact hit your opponent, which is a shame because your opponent's almost always just going to armor through it. Okay, so we did his tilt move, we did his auto combo. Let's have a look at his red attack. I don't like this red attack. There's a couple reasons I don't like this red attack. One being is it's really obvious what you're doing, because your opponent launches himself up in a way that he's not doing in any other move. It's just his red attack he needs to do this for. So it's very clear to your opponent what you're doing, and they're going to be able to respond to that quite easily. So not a fan of this one at all. It's also not particularly fast. It's actually really slow, considering the animation and how easy it's going to be for your opponent to react to it. It just doesn't seem like a good red to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Alright, so I think we can check out his air stuff now. So let's check out his air auto combo. So this is the ground one. We're going to launch up our opponent, super dash, and then here's the air one. That's going to easily wall splat, by the way, if you're near the wall. Well, I suppose it wouldn't be easily, but if you're near the wall, it's going to wall splat. I've used it before. Let's check out his air armor move. So we'll do the same thing. That's always a hard knockdown, by the way. I really like this armor move, just because it leaves your opponent hard knockdown state. Another reason I like it is because it's really fast, which is not the case for a lot of armor moves, because sometimes you don't want your armor move to be really fast, because your opponent can respond to it by pressing their own armor move, and then they win the armor war, but I think it's fine for this type of move, just because of how fast it is. I don't think your opponent's reacting to you using that armor move, or at least not very frequently, so they would have to make a read, so I'm happy with it. I think it's a really solid armor move. Alright, so let's take a look at his Quirk 1. It is a big cone of damage. It actually doesn't do a significant amount of damage. The value behind this thing is that it pushes back the opponent, and it's a big cone, meaning it covers up a lot of space. It's not going to be your primary source of damage. It's a cool button, though. The tilt version of this, on the other hand, this is exciting. So here you go. It pulls in the opponent, and you can choose to full combo off of them, and it's awesome. That's actually another Quirk move, which we'll go over in a second. But yeah, the tilt version of this is certainly the better one, for sure. It's really nice. Being able to pull in your opponent like that is going to be very useful for combos. Alright, let's check out the air variant. So this is just a big push move. We like this move. This is a decent combo ender. Now what's really cool about his Quirk 1 is that he has a air version of the tilt. So you can do this. Wall splat him. And then go in with a super, which I don't want to show you guys right now. I'll show you the super a little bit later on. Pretty awesome, right? I like this move a lot. Again, it's just so good at comboing. And it's pretty much always going to wall splat with that combination of moves. And of course, you can choose to follow that up however you see fit. Alright, so now that we've gone over his air tilt, his regular tilt, all of the buttons we need for our Quirk, let's have a look at our second Quirk. And this is a projectile. Now what you'll notice is that it kind of just goes along the ground, and then when it hits the opponent, it kind of spikes up. Now if it doesn't reach the opponent, what's cool about this is it kind of stays on the ground, so you can use it as area control. So for example, if I throw this out, All Might can't push towards me right now. He has to go around it, and if he goes around it, he's going to take longer to get to me, so I can see him coming and choose to react with something like this, or choose to pull him in, or anything like that. I think it's a really solid zone control tool, especially because if they do get hit by it, bro, they're getting comboed. Look at that. Boom, comboed. Granted, basic combo, but you get my point. Now, what's cool is the tilt version of this throws out a regular cyclone. It doesn't go into that kind of small version that we see here. It goes straight into the big boy cyclone. Now, you can use a regular one behind that. If I throw out my big cyclone here, and he blocks the first one, he's not going to see that second one. So he's going to push forward after blocking this, and then he won't see the smaller one behind it. He blocks that, runs into the Cyclone, and then I get a full combo. That's going to be a really, really good setup for him on day one, I would imagine, because no one's going to expect that small Cyclone behind you. Because imagine being All Might and having the camera's perspective he has right now. He won't see this small thing. He won't even see me start that up. I mean, he might see me start it up, but he's not going to think about it, right? Like, it's day one. Okay, so we went over both the tilt versions and regular versions of his Quirk 2. Alright, so let's check out his Air Quirk 2. This is significantly different than his actual Quirk 2. So it's a projectile. It hits the opponent. It comes back a little bit so you can combo off of it. It's actually really, really cool. I like it a lot. It's got a lot of flavor to it. It's kind of like a boomerang, and then you get a full combo, but I kind of messed it up, whatever. I don't actually see you throwing this out in neutral most of the time. You might do it on occasion, but I think most of the time it's just a better option to throw one of these out and then one of these behind it. And just kind of work with that a little bit, because either way you get a full combo off of it. I don't see, other than a reason it's faster, I don't see a reason to throw this out very much. I could see myself throwing it out when I've got like an assist up or something to try and catch him once after he's blocked my assist, but for the most part I don't see you using this in neutral very much. It's actually a really, really good assist button though. Once Inasa is out, you might want to try him at the very least just for an assist, because it's a projectile, and the way it works as an assist, it will go and hit the enemy, hit them a couple times, and then pop them up. And what's nice about that is you can just run in and combo. It's kind of like Endeavor Assist, but imagine you could combo off of Endeavor Assist without landing a wall splat. It's really good. Alright, what have we not done? We haven't gone over the air tilt version of his Quirk 2, so let's have a look at that. It's a Cyclone. It's wicked. Check this out. It's another Cyclone on screen. And it's so cool. Now, something you should keep in mind about the Cyclones, even though I've just showed you basically 3 different versions of the Cyclone, you cannot have all 3 of them out at once. So, for example, if I throw out this, and then I try to use another Cyclone, that first Cyclone is just going to dissipate. So, it's something to keep in mind. You can't have a bunch of them on screen at once. You can have one big one, and one non-fully formed one, I guess. But you cannot have 2 fully formed Cyclones up at once. Alright, let's go over his supers. This is his Super 1. And it's just a whole lot of damage is what it is. Alright, let's check out his Super 2. This is actually a really cool looking super, by the way. He puts like a little ball in front of him, so it's a pretty decent startup. Definitely going to be mostly used on wall splats though, I think. For the most part, your level 1's pretty much a better super on most characters, like objectively speaking, for damage. But this is just a visually awesome super, for sure. Very, very good. Lovely. Oh, one other thing I forgot to cover with Inasa is that if you hold jump while you're in the air, you actually start flying. I'm not sure how useful this is, and you slowly fall back down to the ground. I'm sure there's going to be some crazy stuff you can do with it, but for the most part, I don't actually see you using this very much. Perhaps maybe your opponent knocks you up in the air, and they try to follow you and do combos, and you can just kind of run away. I don't know. The best application for this, I would imagine, is somebody like Darby who knocks you up in the air and then tries to zone you while you're in the air. You can kind of just walk away from the zoning, which is nice. Apart from that, I don't see a real application for this. And even still, I don't think that's a particularly good application because Darby can just use the fireball to track you. So yeah, I don't see the big use for that one at all. Alright, let's do some combos. Alright, so here's a combo you can do without any meter, without any assist or anything like that. It's just light, 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 light. Really basic combo. Knock them up in the air. 2 lights and then tilt. That's a 72 damage, or almost 72 damage combo. If your opponent's blocking and you know they're going to be, you can use a red attack and do a similar thing. But it's only 63 damage. Okay, that was pretty funny. Definitely not sure how practical that was. But, you know, 71 damage. That's so weird. Alright, well I got 60 off of a projectile just now. Honestly, I'm pretty sure his damage numbers are going to be tweaked because they're not good right now. There you go. I just got 130 damage off of an armor hit for 2 bars of meter. How much does that do if we only use 1 bar of meter, though? Well, I wouldn't know, because you fall off of that wall and it's weird. Alright. 1 bar of meter doing the same thing as 73? That sucks. Alright, this is the same thing, but without meter. Oh, gosh. There we go. Damn. I feel like you should be able to do more of that. There you go, 78%. Literally more than the Super one.
What I would say about Inasa is that his moveset feels very good. A lot of his buttons and a lot of his options are certainly powerful. At the end of the day, how good he is will come down to damage numbers and the optimal combos that we find over the weeks after his launch. As of right now, though, he feels pretty solid, and I cannot wait to play him online once he's officially released. My name is Bilbsy. If you enjoyed this video at all, I'd appreciate you leaving a like on it. It helps other people find the video. Subscribe to keep up to date with future content, and I'll see you in the next video.